Wizards Beyond Waverly Place Season 2 Episode 3 Freya enters the battle. The screen opens to complete darkness. A faint hum rises, like magic waiting to explode. Then symbols of fire, water, and shadow flash across the black sky, glowing with a pulse that feels alive. A deep voice cuts through. When shadows rise, power must answer. A quick glimpse shows the silhouettes of the Waverly siblings, Alex clutching her wand tightly, Max's hands shaking with sparks of wild magic, and Justin hunched over an ancient book. The sound of thunder crashes, shaking the silence. A glowing portal flickers in the distance, and just as the audience leans forward, an unknown figure steps into the light. The screen shakes, then cuts to black. The trailer begins with a quiet shot of an empty street in Waverly Place. The night is heavy, the air thick with storm clouds. Suddenly, golden sparks dance across the pavement, etching strange symbols into the ground. Each mark glows brighter and brighter until the entire street feels alive. A low rumble follows, as if the earth itself is waking up. The camera tilts upward to reveal the dark sky, covered in swirling shadows. A single bolt of lightning flashes, revealing Max Russo standing alone on the rooftop of her family's shop. Her eyes are locked on the horizon, her expression a mix of fear and determination. She whispers under her breath, "Something's coming." Quick flashes break the stillness. Justin flipping through dusty pages in the wizard library, muttering ancient words while candles flicker around him. Max drops a plate in the kitchen, but instead of shattering, the fragments float mid-air, glowing with uncontrolled energy. The magic feels unstable, untamed. The sound grows louder, an echoing hum layered with whispers, as though unseen forces are chanting in the background. The screen cuts to a sudden close-up, a portal forming in the middle of Waverly Place. The air bends and distorts, glowing with blinding blue light. From within the portal, a shadowy outline steps forward. The figure's presence makes the ground shake, windows rattle, and lights flicker across the block. The deep voice returns. And when power awakens, so does destiny. The figure takes one more step into view, still cloaked, still hidden. Just as the screen brightens enough to reveal a glimpse of her glowing eyes, the shot cuts to black. The sound of thunder crashes again, louder this time, as if warning the world that something unstoppable has just arrived. Asterisk. The black screen flickers back to life with a sudden rush of sound, like a heartbeat pounding inside a cave. Each thump grows louder, syncing with the flicker of torches burning in the wizard lair. The scene bursts open to Justin, his face lit only by candlelight. His voice is steady but urgent as he whispers, "She's not just a myth. She's real." His hand runs over the page of an ancient book, the text glowing faintly as if the words themselves are alive. The camera cuts sharply to Alex, standing in the middle of her bedroom. Her wand shakes in her grip, sparks flying wildly as the air around her ripples like broken glass. She grits her teeth, fighting for control. A mirror on the wall cracks suddenly, reflecting her own face fractured into pieces. The sound of the crack echoes like a scream. Max stumbles into the living room, hands glowing with uncontrolled magic. Furniture lifts off the floor, spinning around him in a chaotic storm. He yells, "I can't stop it." The lights burst, plunging the room into darkness. For a brief second, only Max's glowing hands remain, like two lanterns in the void. The tension tightens. A shot of the Waverly Place street appears empty, silent. Then, one by one, windows across the block light up, as if responding to something unseen. A faint chant rises, a chorus of whispers that seem to come from the air itself. The camera swerves back to Justin. He looks up, eyes wide. "She's coming." The hum grows into a roar. The portal seen earlier now shimmers brighter, its edges sparking with lightning. The screen flashes with rapid images, Alex casting a shield spell that cracks under pressure, Max falling to his knees as energy explodes around him, and Justin slamming his book shut in frustration. A single silhouette stands on the other side of the portal. The figure doesn't move, but her shadow stretches unnaturally long across the floor, creeping like smoke. The sound design slows. Here the heartbeat returns, louder, faster. The camera zooms closer and closer to the portal until the entire screen is consumed by its light. Then silence. A whisper drifts through the emptiness, carried on an eerie echo. The battle for Waverly has only just begun. The screen cuts to black again, leaving only the sound of ragged breathing, like someone preparing for war, asterisk a slow. Burning light seeps through the black screen, glowing like the first sunrise after a storm. The portal stands wide now, its edges sparking with colors that don't belong to this world, deep violet, crimson red, and silver streaks bending together in chaotic beauty. The camera lingers on the shadow inside. The figure doesn't hurry. Each step forward feels deliberate, heavy, as though time itself is bending to her presence. Her boot strikes the stone ground, and the sound echoes louder than thunder. A gust of wind blows out the nearby torches, leaving only the glow of her aura to light the space. The cloak she wears shifts like liquid shadow, hiding her face but revealing hints of glowing patterns stitched across the fabric runes that pulse with energy. The air distorts around her like reality itself is struggling to hold her in place. The whispers that haunted the night earlier are now sharper, clearer, almost like a chorus chanting her name. Freya, Freya. The sound blends into the rising hum of magic. Alex watches from the rooftop, her eyes wide, her breath catching in her throat. Max stumbles backward, whispering, "What is she?" Justin closes his book with a snap, his face pale. "Not what? Who?" The camera cuts to her hand emerging from the cloak. Long, pale fingers spark with violet fire, and as she lifts her arm, the entire street trembles. Windows shatter in unison. Street lamps explode into sparks. Her magic doesn't flow, it crashes like waves breaking against the shore. A slow zoom rises to her hooded face. Then, in one sudden motion, the cloak falls back. The reveal is instant and chilling. Her eyes glow with twin flames, one silver, one crimson. Her expression is calm, almost cold, but behind it is something fierce, something unstoppable. The narrator's voice cuts through, low and reverent. Her name is Freya, and she was born for this war. The screen flashes with quick cuts. Freya raising her staff and summoning a storm of violet lightning. Alex countering with a shield that cracks under the pressure. Justin chanting desperately in the library. Max being blown back by a shockwave of raw energy. The music builds higher, faster, a mix of drums and whispers. Freya's voice finally breaks through the noise, strong and certain. "I did not come to join you. I came to end this." The screen slams to black, leaving only the echo of her words. Asterisk, the silence hangs heavy for a beat, as if the world itself is holding its breath. Then boom, the screen explodes into a storm of colors. Violet lightning streaks across the sky, colliding with golden sparks of Alex's magic. The force rips through the street of Waverly Place, tearing up bricks and sending shockwaves through the air. The sound is deafening, a mix of roaring thunder and breaking glass. Alex shouts, her voice straining over the chaos, "We can't stop her alone." The camera spins as she throws up a shield, the magic fracturing like cracked glass. Justin appears beside her, his hands glowing as he chants furiously, ancient words spilling from his mouth. Max scrambles forward, his eyes wild, summoning raw energy with no control. For a moment, the siblings stand together, their lights colliding into one blazing shield. The camera cuts to Freya, her cloak whipping wildly in the storm. She raises her staff high, her voice calm but echoing like a god. "You think unity will save you? It only makes you weaker." With one swing of her arm, she hurls a wave of violet fire. The siblings' shield buckles, cracks, then shatters into shards of light. The screen flickers white with the explosion. The music peaks, drums pounding, strings screaming before falling into sudden silence. The smoke clears slowly. Out of the haze, Freya walks forward, untouched, her glowing eyes cutting through the mist. Alex coughs, pulling herself up, her wand shaking in her hand. She whispers almost to herself, This is just the beginning." The camera zooms close on Freya's face. Her lips curve into the faintest smile. She leans forward, her voice barely above a whisper, but carrying like thunder. "No, Russo. It's the end of yours." Darkness swallows the screen. A metallic clang echoes like the sound of a door slamming shut. Then, in glowing letters, the title ignites, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place Season 2 Episode 3 Freya enters. The battle the letters crackle with sparks before fading to black. One final sound lingers, a laugh. Low at first, then growing, layered with echoes, impossible to tell if it's Freya or something darker behind her. It fades into silence, leaving the audience with nothing but the memory of her glowing eyes.